All the theories that said Lincoln Loud is actually adopted may be false, and guys, today we're going to take a look at that. So we all know that in the Loud House, the main character, the character with white hair, Lincoln Loud, this is going to shock a lot of people, but there is a theory going around that he may be adopted just because a kid having white hair, that's not normal, and also him being the only one with that color of hair in the family. This is kind of crazy. But guys, let's take a look at one of the episodes, Not Allowed. I'm gonna show you a clip and I want to hear your thoughts.
Here's mine. Huh. The section for my birth story is blank.
So the section for Lincoln Loud's birth story is blank, but his sisters all have, stories as well. That is very strange because why would he be the only one without anything written in his story? Even Lucy has a story and she has black hair on the show and the other sisters don't. She's the only one with black hair. So even Lucy has, a story, yet Lincoln Loud is the only one when he's going through his books without a story. So this is obviously pretty alarming. This does show that he may be adopted. But guys, in one of the episodes, it shows us the parents and the birth literally of Lincoln Loud. Now this is gonna shock a lot of people. You guys are not gonna miss this. This information is crucial in debunking this theory because this episode kind of debunks the theory to kind of say that Lincoln Loud is not adopted. But guys, when they were giving birth, read aloud, they saw the president. The president obviously fainted, and they were in a president's car. It was time to go into labor, all that stuff. I'm not gonna go into details with that. But all I can tell you is things went down. Now, I know a lot of people are angry. They're saying, well, is he adopted? Is he not adopted? Type down below in the comment section if Lincoln Loud is adopted or is he not adopted? Is he adopted or not adopted? I want to hear you guys' thoughts. But guys, all I know is that in the episode, it literally showed them giving birth to him. So that must mean that he is not adopted. Now guys, personally, I believe that Lincoln Loud is still adopted, even though we have this new evidence, of the van breaking down, the president helping them, and obviously literally seeing Lincoln Loud. Because if he was adopted, they would have to go through the adoption papers, the story would have been different, it would have shown us in the episode, they would have went to the office and, picked up, Lincoln Loud. But in this, we can see Read Aloud with Lincoln Loud, going to give birth, that's why they call it the birth episode. But why does Lincoln Loud not have a birth story? It's not written in the book. And I think this is done on purpose. I think the parents may have been lying. Now, I don't want to accuse the parents of lying, Read Aloud. They're good people, but I just don't want to accuse them. But I mean, really running into the president, that seems really slim. I mean, what are the chances of running into the president in the Loud House? So they just casually ran into the president and just gave birth to Lincoln Loud. That does not make sense. It is possible just because anything is possible, but the chances of that are just so ridiculously low. One has to ask themselves, were they making this story up and is Lincoln Loud still adopted? We really need to figure this out. So one of the things that I like to do is I like to look at statistics, guys. What are the chances of a person, girl or boy, having white hair? We gotta dissect this. We gotta decode this. Now, I know a lot of people are thinking now, does anyone else in the Loud House family have white hair? Well, not the sisters, but if we look at Albert from the Loud House, a relative, he actually has white hair. Now, I know this is shocking to a lot of people. A lot of people are saying, wow, that's actually pretty true. But Kolobi, isn't he older? Don't older people have white hair? That is true. However, Albert literally has white hair. His mustache is actually gray. Therefore, this is showing us that when Albert was younger, he had white hair just as Lincoln Loud. And this shows us that obviously Albert is related to Lincoln Loud. I mean, this is a fact of life. Because what are the chances of that white hair and gray hair? No. What are the chances? Plus, he looks like Lincoln Loud and dresses like Lincoln Loud. But this, we have to ask ourselves this question, is Albert part of the scheme? Did Read Aloud and the dad, are they, in on the scheme? Did they tell Albert to pretend to act or look like Lincoln Loud so that he doesn't get any ideas to say, oh, well, was I adopted? Was I not adopted? Guys, maybe I'm going too deep into this, but at the same time, I know this theory is kind of getting debunked every single day. Just because, I mean, come on. Look at Lincoln. Look at Albert. They literally look the same. But again, that white hair could be dyed on just to kind of fool Lincoln Loud. But I think I'm going a little bit too deep into it. But am I? Am I? Because he has no story written in his book. Therefore, there was no pictures, no nothing. So there's no evidence. So I'm still going to lead toward the side of Lincoln Loud is still adopted. But at the same time, I think he may not be adopted at the same time. It's kind of a weird area. It's kind of a sticky situation. I'm kind of in the middle on this. Because if I don't see it, there has to be evidence, guys. You need evidence to kind of believe in things. And if there's no evidence that Lincoln Loud's adopted in his book, why does everyone have a page except for him? Maybe the page got torn out. Maybe it got lost at sea. Maybe they forgot to write it in for Lincoln Loud, but I find that really odd, seeing as he's the only boy in the Loud House family. They have no other boys, so why would they, is this, what's going on here? Why would they forget to draw that back in? Or, write it back in. Not draw. I meant like take pictures and put his pictures in the book, dude. How does Lincoln Loud feel? How does this feel? How is he gonna feel about this? Lincoln Loud's a young person. He's young, and growing up, he's gonna have to live with, what's going on? My parents, they're not telling me the truth. Every time I ask them, nothing's happening. So Lincoln Loud goes ahead in the episode. He begins to ask his parents questions. He's trying to figure out what's going on. I'll show you guys a clip in a second. But before we go on, I just want to let you guys know that even if Lincoln Loud is adopted, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. It's perfectly okay. In fact, I even see that as a better situation. If he is adopted, that's awesome. I'm not saying it's bad. But guys, watch.
Your birth story?
The dad is freaking out when Lincoln Loud asks him a question. Wow, why is that? Why is he freaking out so much just from a simple question? Guys, we got to think about these things. Why is he overreacting? Now, if Rita was asking, if Luna Loud was asking the dad, hey dad, what about my birth story? Do you think he would have spit out that coffee like that? Do you think he would spit out his beverage? I don't think so. But because it is Lincoln Loud, they're shocked. They didn't know he was gonna ask this question so soon. They're just caught off guard. And obviously the dad is not impressed. He's like, oh, we gotta make something up. And also their answers don't link up. So guys, this is making me believe something is seriously going on here with the Loud House family. They need to work something out. Now I understand that Lincoln Loud's a little too young for this, too young for the talk, even if he is adopted. However, they gotta work something out. They gotta talk. And I think when they have that talk with Lincoln Loud, they should have Albert in there to kind of decode it and just kind of ease the bruise a little bit, ease the news. Because even the sisters, I don't know if the sisters are going to be there when they finally reveal it, but the Loud House is still going. The Loud House movie's coming out. Will they reveal it in the Loud House movie? I don't know. Yeah, there is a possibility that in the movie, now that I think about it, this actually makes a lot of sense. I think in the upcoming Loud House movie, they are gonna reveal whether Lincoln Loud is adopted or not. Maybe as a joke, maybe as a scene, maybe as something just to show us, just to ease us, to let us know, hey, this is confirmed. He is totally not adopted. Or it could be the flip side, like what I was saying. It could just reveal that he is adopted. How many of you guys are excited for the Loud House movie? I know a lot of people are excited for the movie because it's going to be a movie with the Loud House and it's new. And I'm hearing a lot of things. Is it in 3D? Is it real life? Is it live action? We're just going to have to find out. We're going to have to wait and find out what it is, what exactly is going on. But guys, we're nearing the end of the video. Make sure to subscribe to this channel, leave a like on this video. Don't forget to leave that big fat like, and don't forget to comment down below if you think Lincoln Loud is adopted or do you think he's not adopted. I'm not sure. I'm trying to still work out. I'm trying to decode. I'm trying to see if a kid can have white hair at a younger age. It is possible. It is very possible, but it's very unlikely. It's possible, but ridiculously unlikely. But then when we look at Albert again, like I said, guys, he has white hair. It would be kind of funny if Lincoln Loud had like blonde hair or brown hair, or even if some of the sisters, look at some of the sisters, it would be funny if they had like different hair colors than what they have now. It would suspect us to think, oh, well, were they adopted? But no, guys, it's a big family, and I do believe that they are related. But at the same time, you know what I believe. I think it's both. I think he's both adopted and not adopted at the same time, which doesn't make sense. But I just need hard evidence so I can make my answer. But I don't have that evidence yet. We're We're just gonna have to wait and see. But what do you guys think on this? I'm really genuinely curious to hear your thoughts on this, because this president thing, this story thing that Rita and them made up, I think they made it up just because you ran into the president. What? In the middle of the road, just randomly? You know, doesn't make sense. It's possible though. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys later.